Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is super exciting. We're going to be talking about my April favorites. We have three categories. It's going to be my likes, my loves, and my hard passes. Or my loves, my likes, and my hard passes. Something like that. Or we can do hard passes, likes, and loves. I mean, whatever way you guys want to do it. Put it in the comments below. Anyways, so we're going to be talking about some April favorites, things that came into my collection this last month that I've been playing with, things that I liked, things that I am still kind of working with and kind of seeing if I can feel out before I make my final decision, and the things I know I'm hard passing on that I would not recommend to you guys and either have been returned or it might just go in the trash. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, if you're new here, my name is Amber. I am a former hairdresser turned beauty blogger, and I am just building up my channel and my community. It's been about 3 years since I made a YouTube video, so I have been slowly getting back in the rhythm. So if you guys find any value in my content, please go ahead and give it a like, give it a subscribe, and let's go. So let me grab this bucket here of things that I have been loving this last month, and a lot of this stuff I actually have on my face today. The first thing is the Unseen Sunscreen from Supergoop. I love this stuff. It is amazing, and it just is an added benefit that not only is it a primer, but it's also an SPF. It's got 40 SPF in it. I used it the entire time we were gone in the Bahamas. It just is amazing, and I love the fact that, again, you can't see anything that's on your skin. So it does have a little bit more of a silicone base. It's not more lotiony, but that's okay. I still really enjoy this because my makeup tends to sit really nicely on top of it. I don't feel like it sinks into any of my pores, and it just is such a great way to start your makeup. It kind of smooths out any little imperfections. I've got a couple of little bumps here and there, but it doesn't emphasize that. It just kind of glosses right over it. So this is definitely something that I will be using in the future. You guys know that I am more combo to dry if you've been around for a little while. I'm not huge into powders, but I love this powder. This powder is from number 7. This one is the Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Finishing Powder. This one is in light. I use it as a translucent powder. I'll set underneath my eyes. I'll use it in my T-zone. It blurs so beautifully and just gives me the most beautiful airbrushed look. I have it on today. I can't live without this powder. I don't know what I was doing without it. I wasn't setting anything. I feel like between this and this on my skin, honestly, my complexion has never looked better. And I finally have found products that work really well with my skin, and I love them so much. So I definitely would highly recommend those. I've talked about this a couple times on my channel already, so I hope you guys know how much I love this. But this is the One Size blush palette. I have the one in Very That, and this is the Cheek Clapper. So it looks like this. I love this powder. It is so pigmented. It's what I have on my cheeks today. This middle one is a wonderful setting over another cream that I've been using, but I really like using this cream blush as well, just to kind of tap on and make it more intensified. I haven't really been using the topper just yet, but I have been using these two, and they are just amazing and super pigmented, and a little goes a very, very long way, so be light-handed. And if you go too hard in the paint like I did on this side, I just went in with a little bit of my powder and kind of clean that up, and it looks wonderful. It's really easy to blend out. It doesn't get patchy. I absolutely have fallen in love with that palette. I can't say enough good things. The other blush that came into my collection that I have been loving, and funny enough, the whole video that I did on a bunch of new makeup brands that I've never tried before, the only product that survived that video is this product. Everything else went back to the store because it was just terrible. But this is the Florence by Mills Shy She Cream Blush. I love this blush. It is a perfect baby pink. It has a little bit of pigment, but it gives you this really beautiful glossy look. If you can see right there, it kind of catches the light just how I want it to. It doesn't overdo it. It is just one of the most beautiful, lovely blushes I've ever bought. And honestly, I'm so glad to have that in my collection, because if I do go too hard with this blush right here, I'll put a little bit of this on top of it, like this cream over cream, and it calms it down just enough, and then I can set it with a powder. And they just look beautiful together, and it looks beautiful by itself as well. I just am very happy to have it. And I can see using it as kind of a lip tint too, but for the most part I used it just on my cheeks. And the other ones that came into my collection blush wise, I've been on a blush kick lately, you guys. I don't know what my problem is, but I've been on a blush kick and I just love cream blushes all of a sudden. Who am I? I don't know, whatever. So the ones that I'm talking about are from SheGlam and from Profusion. They look very, very similar. The packaging is very similar, but the product inside is just stellar. This one is in the shade, these are my two favorite shades. This one is in Risky Business, and I just love this blush so much. And this one is from SheGlam. And then this one is Rose, and this is from Profusion. Not only do I love the brushes, I just love the colors of both these blushes. I just can't get enough. So this one is Risky Business and this one is Rose. I just mix them together and I can't get enough of them. They are so beautiful together. They're beautiful apart as well, but I have been just using them as a duo and they're stunning. And you can go a little more like customized because of the fact that you can add a little bit more dark or a little bit more light depending on the kind of makeup look you're going for that day. And they do blend out, but they do dry down quickly, so your work time is a little bit less than it would be with some of the cream products that I've been using. So take that into account. If you don't work as quickly, you probably would want more of a cream than you would a liquid blush. But if you're a quick worker, I usually do one side and then I'll move to the other. But again, they're just beautiful products. They work really well. They have a lot of longevity and they stay put. Okay, so I've got two more things that are favorites this last month. One is the Glowish Soft Radiant Bronzer in medium. It looks like this. I got it in a mini and this was during the Sephora sale. It is not overly shiny at all. It's got a little bit of radiance to it, but not a whole lot. You get this beautiful glow without it being too dark or too light. It's like the perfect shade for me when it comes to bronzing. And honestly, like, I just can't get enough of how beautiful this powder blends out. It's got a beautiful creamy texture to it, and you go on and it just blends out like a dream. I don't feel like I ever have harsh edges. It works really, really well. I'll definitely be investing once I'm done with this into a bigger one. I felt like number 2 might have been too dark for me, but it works really well with my skin tone and what I'm trying to accomplish. So this is what I'm wearing today. I have it on my cheeks and a little bit on my forehead, but I love the way it looks, and this has just been the powder that I've been going to lately. I've been loving these lifter glosses. I went and bought 3 different shades. I had, let's see here, I did have amber originally. This is number 7 and I love this color. I'll show you guys these colors. They're just so pretty, and the wand is enormous. I don't think the wand needs to be that big, but I do love the fact that there's hyaluronic acid in these, as well as like a kind of plumping agent to it. This one is amber, and I had this one first, and I had to go get a couple other ones. And this one is Moon. This is number 3. Put that right here. It's more of a glittery pink color. Amber's a little bit more of a brownish undertone, kind of terracotta. And then this one is Reef number 6, and this one is just pink. Pink, pink, pink. And I love the fact that these two don't have any glitter in them, but I really do like this Moon tone because this one has more of a glittery base to it, but it's a little less pigmented than these two. So if I'm looking for something a little bit more sheer, I usually pick up Moon instead. But they are just really pretty. They've been going with a lot of the different looks I've been creating lately. I mean, spring is sprung and we are here, and it is humid and hot, but these tend to not be super duper sticky, and when you're melting, it doesn't feel like your lips are melting with it. They kind of just stay put, they don't feather, and they give you a little bit of plumping, and it's not like uncomfortable tingle either. They are super glossy, super shiny, and just totally worth the money, and I've been loving them lately. So the first thing that I've been liking but not absolutely fall head over heels for is the blush from Rose Inc. I like this color. This is a lip and cheek duo in Heliotrope. Looks like this. I don't particularly love the texture of this. It's very sticky. When you go to get the product, it spins. So it's just, I don't know, and it looks like a toilet seat. It's a whole thing. I'm just not crazy about it. I know that these are reusable, or they're, you know, can be popped out and you can pop a new one in. I just don't like the fact that it's not totally secure in there. I do love the color though. The color is absolutely beautiful, but it is a super sticky texture. It's not like the Florence by Mills that is just really nice and creamy. This one definitely has some texture to it, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm definitely going to keep working with it, but I don't know if I would invest in other colors just because of the fact that it's more on the sticky side. I feel like I would have to set it if I was going out and it was a windy day. I'd have hair stuck to my face constantly, or like doing this all the time, trying to get it off my cheeks. I don't know. I'm kind of working with it, but we'll see. So the next one that again is a little bit stickier, and I'm still kind of playing with it, I don't know how I feel about it, is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I know everyone and their mom loves this stuff. It's not really up my alley. This is very, very gel-like, and it is super duper sticky. I feel like my liquid foundation goes on with a lotion-based primer or a silicone-based primer, but this one is just so gel-like that I'm still trying to get used to this product. I'm gonna keep using it, but because I got a small one, thank goodness, and not a huge one, I probably will use this up. But again, it's probably not something that I would run out and repurchase just because I'm not 100% sold on it. This is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, and this is in the shade Tan Lines. Again, this is something I'm gonna have to get used to. I don't think this color is good for my skin tone. I think it is still a little too dark, but it's because I think I used it incorrectly. So I need to use this a couple more times to kind of get a real feel for it. But the putty texture, again, it's throwing me off. I feel like I need more of a cream base than a putty base. So I don't know how this will go over, but I do want to keep trying it. I think I might have used it over a base that was not ideal for this particular product, so that's why I want to keep using it. Okay, and the last thing that I've been trying out and kind of feeling out is the Flower Beauty Spotlight Liquid Highlighter. I love the packaging. I think it's super cute, and it is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury wands, but I'm not sure about this color. I feel like this one is a great blush topper, not so much a highlight for me particularly because I'm so fair. Somebody with medium skin or deeper skin tones, this would be freaking gorgeous on you as a highlight, but for me, obviously, I think it's going to be more of a blush topper. I do like the texture. It dries down really quickly as well, so working time is very, very short with this product. So if you dab it on with the actual applicator and you do it on both sides, this side will dry before you get to the other side. So just be wary of that. Work one side at a time, dot it on, use a sponge, blend it all out, use your fingers and tap it out, whatever you want to do, but then work to the other side because it dries down so fast and it does stay put. It has great lasting time, it stays put, but again, it's just like learning how to work with these products and kind of find their groove and stop trying to finagle them to work for me. I have to work with them. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with these guys, but I do love the product and I do think the color is really beautiful. You know, I'm working with it. Okay, so I do have a few hard passes. I have tried these every which way and they just don't work, and I'm not thrilled about it, and some people might come for me for a couple of these, but I can't make it work. For me personally, my skin, my expectation, they just don't work. These ones are the Ellie Girl Velvet Highlight and Contour Sticks. This one is in the shade Cashmere. Cashmere looks like a cream or stick concealer. It doesn't have any shine to it. There's no reflect. It's supposed to be a highlight stick. Where's the highlight? And I don't want to highlight under my eyes. I don't want to be stark white under my eyes. So I'm so over that one. I'm done trying to make it work. One in Radiance that I bought as well. That one's beautiful. This one in Cashmere, not so great. And then this is the contour stick in Suede, and it is not my color. It is so dark and so red based on the undertone. I can't work with it. It's just so red. It's just too red for my skin tone. It just doesn't work, and I look like I rolled around in dirt, so we're definitely passing on that. I have a couple of complexion products, but this one is from She Glam. This one is in Soft Tan. It just is gray. It's gray. And like, you shake it up and it's still gray. It's so bad, you guys. Like, it's so gray. I mean, who would wear this? Who? I mean, that's like an eyeshadow color. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't get it. It is not for me. That one's going in the trash. It is terrible, like terrible, terrible. Okay, so I do have one more complexion product, and people are going to lose their minds because it was viral on TikTok and everybody loves this stuff. It's just not for me. It's going back to Sephora. This one is Rose Inc Skin Enhanced Luminous Tinted Serum, and this is in the shade 040. Looks like this. I can't get this to work. It is not my color. It does not have any coverage. It is the most expensive, impractical thing I think I've ever used. You go on your hand and you break up the little capsules, you put it on the face, and it does have some nice luminosity to it, but it clings to everything. It sits in my pores, in my fine lines. It just is, even with a foundation on top of it, it still looks awful. I just am not a fan. I can't do it. I wish I could, and I wish that it would have worked for me. People love this stuff, and for some reason, I think those are people who don't need to cover a whole lot. I have a ton of redness in my skin, and this is just not it. I mean, little to no coverage at all. And it's really just like a primer for me, and honestly, even as a primer, it's not great. So it's going back to the store. One is the Lift and Illuminate Serum Concealer from No. 7. This is terrible. It creased immediately. I tried to set it with the No. 7 powder. It didn't work. It was by far probably the worst thing concealer wise that I've used in a little while. That paired with the Rose Inc, I looked terrible. Freaking awful. It was not good at all. I've heard really good things about this concealer, and for some reason it was creasing. It was a hot mess, so I don't even bother with it. We've got the LA Girl Tinted Foundation. This is a buildable natural finish. This one is in the shade beige. It settled in every single line I have. It made me look 10 years older than I am, and it did not cover anything. For the amount of finagling and hand holding you had to do to get this to even have a little bit of coverage, it's not worth it. The longevity is crap, to be honest with you. I would not recommend it for anyone, just because it is not a great product. And then the other one is from LA Girl as well, and these ones are, let's see here, the Cashmere lipsticks. They smell like putty. Oh yeah, I forgot. They smell like Play-Doh. The color is okay. I mean, it's not crazy opaque by any means, or any stretch of the imagination. I have two of these. One is in Loved. This one is in Ravenous. Love is here and Ravenous is here. I would expect this one to have a little bit more, like you would think that this is this color. It's not, because it just does not come off that way as it is in the tube, and they stink. They smell to high heaven like Play-Doh. I can't do it. Not for me. Like, it's one of the worst lipsticks I've used in a long time. I don't know what's going on, because LA Girl has some hits, like some really good lip liners and some hits in their collections, and then they've got some misses, and the misses are really bad. So it's like polarizing. It's either yes or no, and I love the brand for some of their lip products, but I can't stand some of their other ones. It's like tightrope walking. But these particular products I would not recommend. They're just a hard pass from me. I will probably be tossing some of these and then returning the ones that can be returned, because they're just not worth the money, especially the Rose Inc. I mean, I don't know. These are my loves, my likes, and my hard passes. If you guys love some of these products that I passed on, I completely understand. Everybody's a little bit different. Makeup is subjective, so let's have a conversation in the comments below. I love you guys so much. Stay tuned and please subscribe. We have a lip swatch video that's really, really exciting coming up, and also Shop My Stash and some other fun videos. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're interested, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Love you. Bye.